Well. Was this movie a delicious Scooby snack or was it stale dog water? Hi, welcome to Was It Good? My name is Bob, and I just got home from the theater from seeing Arthur the King. This is a movie that is loosely based on a true story and a book called Arthur the Dog Who Crossed the Jungle to Find a Home. This was written by Mikhail Linnord. Now, when I first saw the trailers for the movie, I was very interested in it. I thought it looked pretty good. And then I started seeing some reactions from critics, and it seemed to be very mixed. So I went into this movie with an open mind, and was it good? Before we get into that, if you've seen the movie, I'd love to hear what you thought. Why don't you leave a comment in the comments section below? It is okay if we disagree on what we thought. All I ask is that when you leave a comment, let's not be disagreeable. Let's hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to the review. The film stars Mark Wahlberg as adventure racer Michael Light and follows him and his team on what is most likely his last opportunity to win an adventure racing world championship in the Dominican Republic. As the team pushes themselves forward, they are met by a dog that they name Arthur that ends up joining them on the journey. Along the way, they all learn exactly what it means to experience true victory, friendship, and loyalty. I'll be honest, based on the trailers and the mixed reactions, I half expected to come out in this review and say that the plot wasn't very good and that the dog parts with Mark Wahlberg ended up saving it. But overall, I thought it was a very solid plot of the movie. Yes, it does have the element of Mark Wahlberg and the dog getting to experience that connection, but it also has a lot to do with overcoming adversity and experiencing friendship and loyalty. So from that standpoint, it really surprised me. Now, there are a few plot points that are brought up throughout the movie that aren't really fleshed out. And I do think it was important that they probably should have touched on some of them. But overall, I think the film's plot does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's designed to please audiences that just want to enjoy a feel good movie. Overall, I thought it was a solid plot. The acting, I think, is pretty solid throughout the movie. Mark Wahlberg plays Michael Light, and he does, I think, a pretty good job in this role. You find yourself rooting for him and wanting to see him succeed and win this championship. You also enjoy the moments that he has with Arthur. And overall, I think he does a good job in the role. Now, there is a little part in the movie where you look at his character a little bit differently, but that has nothing to do with his acting. Overall, I think he gives in a solid performance. Simu Liu plays Liam, and he is a social media influencer, and I think he gives a great performance, and he's very believable as somebody who it lives for social media and is looking to advance his social media status. Overall, I thought he gave a good performance. Natalie Emmanuel plays Olivia, and we know her from Game of Thrones. I think she gave a great performance as well, and I thought that she was able to successfully portray her motivations for her character because her motivations are very different from the other characters in the movie, and I thought she did a great job. Ali Sullivan plays Chick. Now, this is the team's navigator, and I think he does a good job in this role as navigator, as well as showing all the adversity that the character has to overcome. I thought he gave a great performance as well. And of course, we can't forget about Ukai, the dog who plays Arthur. He is lovable every time you see him on screen, and you just enjoy seeing him. Overall, great performances throughout. Acting was solid. I was very surprised by the overall look of the film. I found it to look very good. Some of the racing sequences, I was very engaged in them. I liked the way that they were shot. They looked very good. And then to top it off, the film itself is filmed in the Dominican Republic. And so several shots of the scenery I thought looked pretty good. The film overall seemed to be very well edited. Overall, I was very pleased with the look of the film. I got to admit, I was very entertained by this movie. I found myself very engaged during the racing sequences. I found myself enjoying the bond that was formed between the teammates, and I enjoyed seeing the connection that the team, especially Mark Wahlberg's character, formed with Arthur. It tugged at my heartstrings, and at the end of the day, I felt better having gone and seen this movie. So, was it good? Yes, it was. I think this movie does exactly what it's supposed to do. I think it's going to please audiences that want to see a movie about overcoming adversity. I think it's going to please the audiences that enjoy seeing movies about dogs. And at the same time, it's going to please the audience that just wants to go and experience a feel good movie. So, overall, great movie. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next review.